Welcome to General Psychology. Now today we'll be discussing moral development. Moral development is a type of cognitive development devised by the theorist Lawrence Kohlberg. Now in order to research moral development, Kohlberg created various moral dilemmas written out for participants to read, and then he posed questions to his participants. From their answers he would ascertain their morality, and that's what we'll be doing with you today. Now this is a short video that will present a famous moral dilemma, that of Heinz. Afterwards, I'll give you instructions on what to do.
Heinz's dilemma. Heinz's wife is dying because of a special kind of cancer. There's only one drug that the doctors think might save her. It is a new formula which a pharmaceutical company in the same town has recently discovered. The drug is very expensive to produce, but the company is charging 10 times the production cost. Heinz goes to everyone he knows to borrow money, but he can only collect half of what the drug costs. He tells the CEO of the company that his wife is dying and asks him to sell it for less so if he could pay at a later time. But the CEO refuses. He can make no exceptions. The research had been very expensive and the company needs to turn in a profit. What should happen next?
So in your small groups, I want you to answer the following questions. Heinz ends up stealing drugs because he can't afford them. In your small groups, please answer the questions on the screen, and the goal is for you to explore the morality of Heinz's actions. It's okay if there are disagreements. The expectation is that you will be able to come to an understanding of morality based upon your discussion. So please begin. Consider this in your discussions. What would you do if you were in the situation? Would you be okay with stealing drugs for your spouse? Would you be okay with your spouse stealing drugs for you? Okay, let me ask what you think of Heinz. Moral dilemma presented. Was Heinz right for stealing drugs?
So I think that Heinz wasn't in the right to steal the drugs.
What's your reason?
So what we discussed was that basically, like, society has set rules for us, and we should abide by those rules in order to avoid chaos. So if one person has witnessed that him stealing it was okay, what's to say that somebody else won't do the same, and it just gets worse and worse and it progresses.
Okay. Now, who thinks Heinz was right for stealing the drugs?
Yeah, I think Heinz is actually right for stealing the drugs.
All right, your goal is to choose 6 individuals who will continue the human race on Mars. You must choose from this list, and your job is to work together in a group to come to a consensus on who will be saved. I would like you to focus not only on who will be saved, but also how you come to the decision to save them. Consider what values you want to preserve, what criteria are necessary for deciding on who to save. You'll be given 10 minutes for this activity. Yes.
What's the criteria we should use for choosing the people?
Good question. What criteria does your group deem most important for continuing the human race. Please begin.
That's true. Young girls and this is saving the world.
All right, let's say 5 more minutes. At this point, you should have identified what criteria you're using and begun selecting your individuals to save. All right, as you finish up, let's start by discussing what criteria you used to come to your decision.
We wanted to choose like an even number of guys and girls so they can repopulate, but also have this right like morals and talents in order to be beneficial to society.
Anybody else?
We wanted to look at people who had a natural aptitude towards leadership as well as a general lack of corruption, as far as we know.
All right, what process did you use on deciding on which individuals?
So, would you steal the drug for your wife?
It's a good question. What should we keep in mind when faced with a dilemma of this kind?
What if we don't know anything about these people?
You should handle that issue much in the same way you would if you were truly in the position to handle those decisions. How would you find good information on how to inform yourself on the decision-making process?
We elected to use the democratic approach to choosing individuals to save. Was that a good process?
Thank you for the question. There are a number of good processes that are used to come to these decisions. What are some of the other processes we read about that are used other than the democratic approach?